All right, welcome to Tech Stocks and Jobs. I'm your host this week, Tamika Reed. I think Dee was coming on today. She just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday and happy birthday. We did celebrate. If you are a part of our group, you already know what Tech Stocks and Jobs are. If you're new, Tech Stocks and Jobs is primarily about, hey, here's some SPACs. Here's some companies that have already IPO'd. Here's what it's like. Here's what their tech stack is like. Here's what their stock is doing. Here's how it's performing. Instead of just investing in the stock itself, you can also get a job or you can do other things with that information. The information being whether you, like I say, whether you invest or work there, or you put it on a watch list, or you actually start looking at how the company was formed. So that's one way. Now, if you're not familiar with Women in Linux, a little background about Women in Linux. Women in Linux is a nonprofit. We've been a nonprofit now, I think, for about 5 years, maybe 4.5, 4 or 5, 4.5, 5 years, where we actually focus in on getting more really centered around women into tech from an infrastructure perspective, meaning CI/CD, Terraform, Ansible, OpenShift, OpenStack, um, anything dealing with infrastructure, anything dealing with cloud migration, anything dealing with automation along that lines, which can also include, if you want to look at it from that perspective, it could also include data and data pipelines with Databricks and so forth. So that's a little bit about Women in Linux. As you can see today, Dee has finally decided to join us. Welcome to the stage, Miss D Linux Links. All right, D. So since you're on right now, won't you give, because you always play in the background, won't you give everyone a little bit of history about yourself, or maybe a little overview about you or Women in Linux and where we came from? I know it's off the cuff, but you're on the screen, so I have to ask. Gonna ask. That's what I do. Over to you.
I don't know. I'm here. I'm here. As everybody knows, I've been like on a hiatus, just working on me and a little mental health. Um, that, the journey it's been an amazing journey. It's definitely have our ups and downs. If anybody knows me that's in the group, I am in the background. I always say I'm Gail to your Oprah. And so that's where I'm at. So every week, even though I might not be on the screen, I am behind the scenes. And so I super produce from behind the scenes, and I'm okay with that. Uh, other than other than that, we're working. It's our 5th year anniversary. Um, Things have just been kind of trucking along. People can grab our merch. That's at womeninlinux.org. Let's see, because I have to do a little bit of both right now. Let me go ahead and get that up for you guys. Um, and what else? What else? We have, we brought Vladimir on. We've been doing 10 minutes ago. He's on vacay this week. But it's our 20th episode. I can't believe it.
Right.
What about you? Like, it's our 20th episode. Like, one day we just woke up and was just like, okay, we're going to do this. And I don't know. I think we just lost him. She's back.
No, I'm in a different browser, so I'm in Firefox, and so
You know better. You know better.
Firefox is I'm trying to share my screen, and Firefox is like, no,
No,
you can't,
no.
and so forth. So Firefox is giving me a hard time here. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, Firefox, please don't do this to me right now. We need you now.
We need you. We definitely need you. But Firefox is not our browser to do your show in, so fix it. But other than that, yeah, like I was saying, it's our 20th episode. And it went by so fast. And I mean, we know the things that are happening with us in the background. We are still a small shop trugging along. But we got just a whole bunch of stuff going on. I try to keep tech stocks and jobs, tech stocks and jobs, even though it is brought on by women in Linux. But I enjoy what we do. I enjoy what we do. This year has been great. I want to see where we're going. Um, you know, it's it's every day, one day at a time.
Yep. Now we do have some information for you all today. We wouldn't go live without doing the things that we do. Again, if you want to donate, I know someone asked us this week about do we take Cash App. We take everything. I said it before. If you need to transfer something in crypto or something like that, you can. You can donate here via PayPal. You can send us a text. You can send us Zelle, whatever you want. You can even put a check in the mail. Old school, take a check in the mail, what have you. Also, if you want to shop with Women in Linux, you can shop with Women in Linux. You can hit up our shop on womeninlinux.org and check that out if you need to, as well as if you want to connect with us outside of YouTube. If you ever want to know something, you can always come check us out over at Slack. You can also hit us up on LinkedIn. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram as well too, Twitter. If you need to hit us on Twitter. I thought about starting a TikTok and Clubhouse, but it's just so much information for me to share.
Yeah, you got to come to the meetups.
Clubhouse is kind of like, for me, I can't share you links. I can't show you because a lot of things we're talking about I need to visually show you. So it's kind of hard. I think they did some updates to Clubhouse. I haven't been in it. I was in it this week, but I haven't been in it in a minute because I've been focused on getting ready for this class and really focused on women in Linux and working and so forth. Which brings me up to this. I don't know if anybody got a chance. It's streaming live right now. Um, but if you didn't know about it, there was big Bitcoin Miami this week. They expected 30,000 people this week down there. There is a live crypto conference. You can catch it on YouTube here. I'll have Deacon post the link. So that's Bitcoin Miami. The Winklevosses were there. You can check out Black Bitcoin Millionaire as well too. You can check him out. Going to a different economy. Let me stop that right there. But I mean, again, when we're talking about Bitcoin and what's going on with that, and just events in general, that's taking place right now. That's in Miami. So Miami is crowded, Airbnbs and the whole nine. So just a FYI on that. Next up is if you ever want to find out about tech events and what tech events are going on, there's another location you can check out. It's called papercall.io. If you hit, and this is where you'll find a lot of people post their CFPs. Like if you hit papercall.io and you hit open CFPs, it'll show you people who have CFPs that are open. And these are call for proposals. In other words, you want to write a proposal so you can speak at a conference. We always encourage you to use Women in Linux first so you can have your talking points, have your slides ready. If you're not having the slides, or if you're doing like a workshop, and sometimes workshops are 2 hours, 4 hours, but primarily they're 4 hours. Some workshops are a week long. I'm attending the SANS Summit, and the class that I'm in is a week long. We actually start at, well, I have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually probably more like 7:30, 7 o'clock, but I'm there from 7 to 7. The class starts at 9 and the class goes to 7 o'clock in the evening. So that's just FYI. What I do like about papercall.io, as you can see here, some people that offer travel assistance. We've also posted conferences in our Slack where you can check out what's going on with the conferences in terms of diversity scholarships and so forth. O'Reilly is huge on that. But again, if you want to check out papercall.io or for events that are coming up that are in your area that may be also virtual, that also may be in person. A lot of these are coming up. They're in person in the later months. When I say in the later months, September, October, November, December, a lot of people are doing in person events. Again, when we're talking about these conferences, those in person events generate revenue. Like for example, to be on not even just the Linux Foundation, but maybe even something for Red Hat. If you want to be a sponsor, you may have to pay like a gold sponsor. You may have to pay 100K to be a sponsor. So that's revenue for them. And those stadiums, those like the one in San Diego, San Francisco, New York, Austin, all those conference centers and so forth and so on. It goes to pay for that. It pays for the your lanyards, your name tags, your swag, your whole nine. Big money when we're talking about tech conferences. Next up for events is the Linux Foundation. I pulled this out because there's a slew of events that are going on with the Linux Foundation. We're still gonna do tech stocks and jobs, but just bear with me as we get through this. But again, they got speak at the Open Source Summit, Embedded Linux conference. This OSPOCon 2021. It closes in 10 days. I don't know if you're able to see that because it looks a little small on my screen. I'll blow it up a little bit. They also have the AI and Data Conference, GitOps Conference, Spinnaker, and CDCon, which is primarily focused on continued delivery, continue deployment, DevOps conversation, and so forth and so on. They also have a YouTube channel as well. I've shown you that one before. And then there's also the Automotive Conference that's going on in Japan. I will probably try to go to that one because that's going to be huge, especially with all the things that we've seen in automotive this year when it comes down to autonomous cars and so forth and so on. So that may be a pretty big one, especially if it's over in Japan. And then here they got a listing of submit speak and then what they have going on during the week. So that right there is just a little snapshot of just some conferences that are going on. All right, so that's the conferences I wanted to mention. And now let's get into something that I thought that you would find interesting this week. I posted this in Slack. I don't know if anyone has seen this, but they're coming out with new gas stations. All right, so this new gas station comes from Circle K. It's an all well, that's not gonna say it's all. It's part of the gas station is electric, for electric cars to come in and do a quick charge, and then on the other side they have the gas pumps. And this one is this came out on May 26th, so you might want to check this out. This is a new design when it comes to what gas stations of the future could look like. So instead of stopping at random stops, you now can stop at the gas station at the Circle K and charge your car and so forth and so on. And if you got to get gas, you can get gas, depending on the kind of car that you have. So this is new. If in this video, they talk about how things are set up on the top of these on the top of the roof here are solar panels. Solar panels here, solar panels there, solar panels there. There's also a is it grainy? Hold on, let me check that. Somebody said it's grainy. Shouldn't be. Oh, okay. All right. So also they have a wall of and I'm trying to skip through here without playing it. Unfortunately, let me turn that off. As you can see here, he's talking about charging it, but I want to get through here. Okay, like right here, that he's trying to show the different batteries, the wall of batteries that they have in order to charge those particular and I missed it. It's through here. But then he takes a tour of what it looks like on the inside. So the new ones, the new gas stations that they're trying to come out with are starting to look more like Starbucks work from home situations. They in this particular one they had I think they even have a fireplace in here. I don't know if you all have ever experienced this, but the new one, like we have a Wendy's that's down the street, and that Wendy's down the street has a fireplace in it. It has a sectional sofa in it where you can sit down and work from home. They have plugs. They have their own little TV and so forth. Just a FYI, as we continue on and seeing these changes, these are just some things that are just going to roll out, and they're probably going to roll out in selected cities. I can see this Circle K being in Florida. I can see it being in Texas. Most definitely California. Anywhere that's got sun, a lot of sun, I can see those being places where they put them in. I can see it in Georgia, and I can see it along I-95. Now, when we start getting into those colder areas, when we start getting above uh, South Carolina and start hitting North Carolina, Virginia, I don't know as much. It depends on the index, on the sun index, where they'll be strategically placed and how long it takes those batteries to charge and so forth. So, just something to be aware of. All right. So, in my in my mental, thoughts and so forth and so on, um, I went on this tangent, and you're gonna have to bear with me on this one. I went on this tangent to find out like how, and this is totally unrelated to what we just talked about, but we're doing a transition here on what does it take to have and build a hedge fund, and it got me to thinking about how many black owned hedge funds are out there. I only could think of maybe two or three. Ariel Investments, Robert Smith, and then I think someone on my discovery talked about Brown Investments. I know Vista Capital is one, but there's one more. But what got me to thinking about this? Why was I thinking about this? All right, so I posted this in Slack. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Renaissance Technologies. Renaissance Technologies is founded by Jim Simmons. Jim Simmons' estimated worth is 21 billion. This is Jim Simmons, and this is Renaissance Technologies. He is actually considered the number one person to beat the stock market with a 66% return over the last 30 years on his investments. He is the founder of Quant Trading, and then that spawned me into what what is a quant developer? How can you get into be a quant developer? Relating that back to tech stocks and jobs. What is it like to even work at Rentech? Where are they located, right? So just different things. So I'm gonna give you this. So here is Rentech. This is their website. Um, these are the and this is their home. Like this is it. Renaissance is a qualitative investment management company trading in the global financial markets, and it's founded by this guy here. He actually did a talk in 2010 at I think it's out of Stanford or MIT, on what it was like to be a quant trader, and what there was. He had a love for math. He's a math major, but on under jobs, keeping it related to tech stocks and jobs, you can see where they're located. Really out in, I think this is out in Long Island, from what I was reading about the job. And I didn't get a chance to look at what is a system administrator, so we're just gonna explore it together. Bachelor's degree, extensive experience designing and deploying Linux, DNS, TCP/IP, Unix, as troubleshooting, verbal skills, OpenSSL, DNS, Radius, LDAP. Just look like a regular Linux person that you're look like a just a average admin, no DevOps, none. I see nothing cloud related here or anything. So I went one step further. I was like, well, an investor? What do you have to do to be an investor? So it says if you received an invitation, you must first create a login. So in other words, you got to be invited. So that got me to thinking about, well, you know, okay, he created a hedge fund, and so in order to be an investor in a hedge fund, you pretty much got to be invited or some of that nature. So I was like, okay, well, how can we start our own hedge fund, and what does that look like? So I actually let me see, this that's not a good one. I'll pull it up in a minute, but I'll pull up how to start a hedge fund. But one second, let's go into this right here is what is quant trading. And if you use Seeking Alpha, or if you get into a lot of the Charles Schwabs and so forth, um you'll start seeing that. So quants, what do they do? How have they evolved? And this is from Investopedia, and it this goes into quantitative trading, quant trading using automated trading, arbitrage, and so forth. And then they go into it here. So then I took it to the next step again. Let's set up in D, or we can do one day. We'll do Monster. They changed their site, so it's a little more easier. It's a little easier on the eyes. So I looked up Quant developer. Um, developer. Oops. Let's put an use Firefox. And they turn it off. All right. So application support, front end software engineer, quant developers, C sharp or C++, in cryptocurrency. And looking for someone in Miami with the company called Talon. Let's click on that. Um, let's see. Let's see. They get. I'm looking at the benefits. Competitive salary, 401k retirement plan with company match, 3 weeks vacation, and up to 5 weeks according to seniority. 8 paid holidays, 5 sick, 2 personal days. Company health, general stuff. I want that. That wouldn't sway me. BGC partners. Let's see. They look in requirements PhD or master's in applied math and so forth, but they don't give the benefits there. They're probably keeping that hidden. And then here's the one that's temporarily remote here. And looks like it's centered around C++. And then there's a researcher there. So just a little bit overview of what I was exploring. All right, so the next one that comes up is that, if you look online, you're going to see two different aspects of it. But can you do quant trading in crypto? Right. So that's going to be another question that people are going to ask. And you go on YouTube here, you can type in quant trading strategies, crypto, and you'll see different takes on this. um, from can you do that? How can you do it? Should you do it? And so forth. When can you do that? So this is just again when we're talking about how does this translate to quant trading and so forth. But here's this you can view this happened on May 13th. It was a webinar, quant trading virtual currencies using quantitative strategies. Again, this was a webinar. Here's the speakers that were there and so forth. But I'm telling you this because every time I go on these sites, it just don't see no shades. So I'm just trying to get us in the game, make it known, right? All right, so here's some upcoming events. They got one coming up in Carnegie Hall, the Automobile Club in London. I had to look that up because I don't even know what the Royal Automobile Club is. That's gonna get me on the tangent. And then we got Hong Kong Island, 2021, and what these are. And it's the 16 years old, 53 events, so they've been around for a while. Um, Between the battles, let's click here. Um, Again, I just want us to be in the rooms so we can start our own hedge funds. We can start our own. We can have our own quant developers and so forth. And then they have a slew of videos. So decompose this if you're curious about it or just want to know more. Like me, I'm just searching and finding stuff, and I bring it to you when I'm searching and finding stuff. See, they got a list of past events. Let's see. Come on, Firefox, you can do it. Battle of the Quants, Hong Kong Big Data. Uh, that was in December 2019. Of course, we didn't have anything 2020. And then London Royal Automobile. Hey, Sam Lewis. Somebody go look up Sam Lewis, co-founder. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's see who Sam. What Sam Lewis do? Co-founder of Auburn. Go look up Sam Lewis, please. Somebody post some stuff about Sam Lewis so we can bring him up. All right. Let's see if we get anything else. I'm gonna kind of scroll through here fast on the bottom here. To see what we got. All right. I don't see anything else. Somebody check out Sam Lewis. All right. All right. So the next thing that got me to wondering was when I was looking at this is like when I said, well, where are all the black hedge funds? And this is a little thread from 2017. African American hedge funds. This young man right here was asking about it in 2017. You can see August the 3rd, 2017. He's in the hedge fund forum. Wall Street Oasis is the site. And basically in here, they just came up with one. And he was like, Brown Capital. And he's like, that's not a hedge fund. And so Ariel Investments, I heard of John Company is not a hedge fund. Like they mentioned John Rogers of Ariel Investments. But that's, again, we're talking about hedge funds. So I just trying to figure out and do a dive, and no one really came out with nothing when it came to it. Let me see. This one right here was probably one. And that was 2015. Rising star T. Troy Dixon, the Hollis Park Partners founder, recently secured $50 million in his startup capital for GCM Grosvenor. All right, so you can check him out. I'll give this to D to post. You guys can check that out in case you were wondering. All right. So the next one was back on the whole hedge fund thing, right? So I was doing a little digging, and I got some more digging to do. I'm gonna try to bring this up every week for us, so we can be aware of this. But I went and looked at Blackstone, and there's a reason why I looked at Blackstone. I'll give you that in a minute. But Blackstone IPO'd in 2007, right? They IPO'd in 2007. It was I want to say it was either the U.S. or the world's. I think it was the world's. It might have been the U.S. largest IPO ever, the second largest IPO ever at 30 billion. When they IPO'd in 2007. And if you know anything about Blackstone, I've been talking about Blackstone forever. Blackstone, BlackRock, They kind of go hand in hand there. There's some differences though, but again, the largest IPO, right? Second largest IPO. So, if we uh, let me go to my if you're in Slack, some of this is already in Slack. But let me go to my Slack, and I can tell you about a couple of folks, and the reason why I brought it up. All right, so when I was looking at the hedge funds and trying to figure out, who did what and why and where did these things come from, I went on and this happened last weekend. If you look up, uh, if you know about Blackstone, then you should know about this guy. And this guy you should know about. His name is Steve Schwartzman. And I'll put the link here. And it's in Creating Wealth. If you are wondering about that, the most powerful man on Wall Street, building a $500 billion company from scratch. And it's this little small documentary on who he is, where he comes out of from the Lehman Brothers, and they crashed in 2008. He was working with them. He didn't like working with them anymore, so he switched. So he left that company, started his own, and this goes into that. And then there's also out of Steve Schwartzman comes, all the other names, the big names that you know. I got them right here because I went down the list. Charlie Munger, the man who built Berkshire Hathaway. If you were on Yahoo Finance, they did it was about maybe a month ago. They did the actual talk with Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger, and the crew. And it talks about in this documentary, it talks about how he got his start, what his beginnings were, and where he came from, and how they move, right? And of course, last but not least was the Renaissance technologies. So I implore us to not follow their steps, but to learn, and to find out how we can build our own hedge fund, how we can build our own private equity fund. We're building, it's one thing to work for somebody, but it's another thing to build something, right, with your investments. And you can take 4 or 5 people together and create you a hedge fund, right? Get your structures in place and so forth, right? All right, so that was that one. So back to the hedge fund from the perspective of crypto. So I want to see who was out there on how did you get started? How do you get started? So starting a crypto hedge fund, he gives a breakdown on what that looks like. But again, you can probably do some more digging and pull things together. Go check out the IRS, and see what they have in terms of building a hedge fund. What do you need to have in place, and so forth and so on. So I said, who's already out there that is a crypto hedge fund, and I found one. And the one that I found was this one. Was the It's called Pantera Capital. So I said, hey, how can I invest in Pantera Capital? Well, you know what? If I want to invest, this is what I need. Our fund investors, boom, boom, boom. So funds are available for accredited investor with mins of $100,000 or more. That's what it takes. It's for this particular fund. So if you want to become an investor, if you got 100, I'm assuming that's $100,000 that you can put your hands on to put into that. Not worth $100,000. That's how I'm reading that, and I could be wrong. You can always ask, if you want to know more about it. But this is just one of the ones I found. If you go look at an overview of their funds, of what they're doing, liquid token fund, early stage token fund, Bitcoin, and then venture fund, and then in their portfolio, This is what their investments are in right now. And this is where they're at. And then here's the early stage investments. And then you can see Polkadot right there. And then looking for a career in blockchain, join the network, submit a profile to our partner network to get discovered by the best blockchain companies out there, and so forth. And then careers. All right. So looks like they have almost 3,000 jobs. But here you go. Here's what their jobs look like here. And let me see. Let me load more. And so you can come through here and check these out. 46, blah blah blah. So again, here's where here's where the jobs are at with that particular fund. Um, you want to meet the team. Here is the team. There's your team. All right, and then they also have the firm, and then insights, the blockchain letter, and then conference calls that they have had and what they've discussed. So just something to check out. Then I think this is probably a YouTube clip on them. Let me double verify that. Oh yeah, crypto hedge funds. What is a cryptocurrency hedge fund? So he goes into talking about what it is and how to get started. Drop a one in the comment section if this is even remotely interesting to you. All right. So let's see. That was the hedge fund. That was the crypto. All right. And we talked about Jim Simmons. We saw the stuff with Circle K. All right. So on one of my forever journey of researching, I discovered this. It's called USIO. It's the ticker symbol. It's supposed to give. It's an ETN. Exchange Traded Notes, ETN. You probably won't find it on Robinhood. I don't know if it's on Webull. I don't think it's on Webull. But it's supposed to yield a monthly dividend of 30%. A monthly yield of 30%. So if you went on, I don't think I saw it on Yahoo Finance. Let me look. But you can do some investigation about it. USIO. I mean USOI. Sorry. Flip that all the way around. Yep. See, it's an ETN. The 5 day, the 5 year. I don't even think it's been out that long. I'm not sure, but here to date, 6 month, whatnot, performance. When I looked at the performance, see, that's why I said I don't think it's been out the 5 year here. The 1 month here. Now I don't know how true this is. Novatech, I'll check them out. 12%. I mean, 5%, 7%. 1 year, 13.58. On average, 12%. That's what they say. On here it says a year 1 year daily total return of 48%. Year to date total return of 20%. It says it's supposed to yield 30% a month. That's what it says, a month. So you check it out. It's $5. I don't know. I guess you put $100 on there and see what happens. You know, do you get $30 back? You know, just something I wanted to point out there. The next one is the Bank of America, and I'm probably gonna have to log in for this one. Hopefully it comes up, or I can share my screen over here. Let me see. Close. And let me do this. And then y'all let me know if you see this. Hold on. It's still coming up. Okay, do y'all see this? Or y'all still see okay, you see it. All right. So Bank of America dividend is about to increase, a possible increase. This came out on June the 3rd. Shares for Bank of America have gained momentum. So something, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, because those that like to do dividend stocks or get into dividends, just understand that. Don't take my advice. I'm just sharing information. Bank of America is emerging out, and they give an overall view of what the dividend does. And see, Bank of America currently pays 18 cents per share. And they do a quarterly dividend with the last payout announced in April, which is scheduled for June 25th. The current yield is 1.7%. The last one I talked about was 30%. So, and they go on and on and on. This is a lot of information. I'm not going to go through this, but they talk about it, how in 2014 it was 5%. Huh? I don't know what she's saying, but I did say Bank of America. But it said 5%, 5%, 5 cents, 8 cents, 12 cents, 15 cents, 18 cents. So I'm from looking at it at 3 or 4, so it could go up to 21 cents, or 4 could be 22 cents. So we're looking at that. And then they talk about their payout ratio and when made Bank of America increases dividend. And they go into what their speculation is. So here's where they talk about it and so forth. So just an idea, just giving you some what's going on with Bank of America there. All right, let me go back to my sheet of what else I want to bring to you. Um, and if you're sharing the Bank of America window, we don't see. Okay, she's saying y'all don't see the Bank of America window. All right, let me do this. Mm-mm. That's awesome. Thank you, Firefox. You're wonderful. Hold on, let me see. There it is. All right, so you see this now, Bank of America. I start all over. Anyway, this is what I was going through when I was talking. Bank of America stock dividend, what to know about the possible increase. What does that look like? Again, when I was talking about their dividend here, how it's increased over time, right? 2020 was 18 cents. It looks like it's been increasing like 3 to 4 cents every time. So possible 21 cent, 22 cent, possibly, or maybe more. And I get that from looking here when they're talking about it. And also they go into what their annual dividend looks like, and that's per share. The 18 cent is per share. So that's what I was going through when I was talking about Bank of America here. All right, so let me go back to my sheet. Sorry about that. I also brought this up for those that are investors, real estate investors as well. And this is going to lead me into REITs as well. But I don't know if you all saw this came out March 12th, 2021. 45 billion in rental assistance is now available. So I'm not sure those who need that need to use it. Check that out. Decompose that link. And last but not least was two things. Let's stay on cue with the REITs. So again, I talked about this before. For those, and this is only for those that just want to do, they don't want to watch the stock market every day. They don't want to do swing trading, not interested or whatnot. Um, here's three REITs that they talked about. Omega Healthcare Investors, um, Healthcare Trust of America, and Care Trust REIT. And they're looking at it from a healthcare perspective. All these were healthcare from a healthcare perspective of how many beds they own, basically, and across not just the U.S. but international as well too. So that's what they were looking at on this one. Like right here, see, focus on skilled nursing sector. It owns 954 properties with a total of 100,000 beds across the U.S. and the U.K. When we're looking at that, and what is their 5% of the assets are encumbered, no material debt maturities until 2023, and they go on, about how that's been performing and what does that look like. So that's just a little bit of information there. And then last but not least, what are some safe stocks? This is what they're looking at. I'm looking more into ETFs. And I'll show you the one I currently invested in because I'm just trying it just to see what it does. Five safe and cheap dividend stocks to invest in. This was June 2021. Let me see if they give just a straight list so we don't have to kind of comb through everything. Let me go down. Too sorry if it's making you dizzy. All right, so in here they break down just a whole list of things. Let me see if they got the five. Yeah, the five. The average yield is 2.47% CLX, ITW, QCOM, J&J, TD. And then they do, if you want a high yield, moderately safe, 4.8, and if you just hungry, 6.68%. And then they have this list here. I'll I guess I guess I could leave this up and you can just kind of like, grab it if you want to, or play the video back and you'll get it. But these are the ones that they're looking at for the month of June, and here's what the yield that they're returning. The one that I'm trying right now is QYLD. I put $200 on it just to see if it's gonna return what it says it's supposed to return. Let's see. QYLD. It's an ETF. And this ETF, if I remember correctly, is supposed to return, I think it was a 30% return, monthly return. It's a covered call for it. So I just put $200 on there. Let me see if it's gonna do what it say it's gonna do. Let's go over here to performance. Year to date total return 20%. So right here you can see it says up in a year returns 30. So I just left it there. But it's supposed to it's supposed to have a monthly return of, I think it was 30%. I forget off the top of my head where I saw it at. So I said I put $200 on it and let's see what it do in a month. So I check it in a month. I checked it the other day. I was like, "Ooh, I got 50 cents! Yay, yay!" Let me see. The ETN on the screen. Where is the bank? Oh, okay, yeah. Bank of America. My bad. What platform? When you say platform, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Novatech. I'll check out Novatech. Let's see. Hedge. Let's see. Forex trading fund. Let's see, a mobile trader. Is it a hedge fund though? Contact. Let me see. Do they have an about? Cookies and policies. Contact. Let's see. Novotech admin. I'll have to do some research on them to see if they're a hedge fund. Um, and see what's going on there, how they got started, who's behind it, and so forth. Yeah. QYLD is new. Yep, it is new. But I'm giving them a shot just to see if I get anything. I'm okay with losing $200. Um, I'm also okay with grabbing 20 cents off of $200. Which of those listed dividends are kings or aristocrats? I don't know. I didn't look them up. I haven't looked them up yet. But you can go to that list for kings and aristocrats and check it out. I did not check them out. I did not go in there and say, oh yeah, this one is a king and this one is an aristocrat. I didn't check it out. But you should do that. Where's my little list at? Where's that website with the list? Mm-mm. I don't know. I forget. I gotta find it. His Dividend Kings, and they just have the list here, so you could probably just go back here because the way they have the symbols on this one, so you could probably just go in here and just type in the symbol and probably search it by symbol. Probably be easier for this website. Check that out. Yeah, I'm in QQQ. I don't have my phone. Hmm. Oh no, here you go. I on my meetup this week. I actually talked about this on my meetup. I I made some investments and I want to see. Let me get into it. What which ones held strong. Um, I did everything they told us not to do in terms of they tell you not to do. Don't just invest in one share. I did. I just wanted to see what it was gonna do. So like I did one share of GoPro over I think this is might have been over a year. It may have been over a year and a half. But it's returned me 178% with GoPro. Um I did the same thing with Ford. And Ford has returned 116%. Um, I'm going through my list right now. I talked about this the other day. VUZI. I actually bought 5 shares of that, and my return on investment is 329% for VUZI. I have 10 shares of OEG, and my return on investment is 127%, 127.49%. Um, see, let me go down here. There was another one. And you got some 40s like Roblox, RBLX. That is 48.52%. And I bought 15 shares of this. And let me see. CHPT, 5 shares, 42.42%. Is what I'm up on that. Oh yeah, HOFV, 74.79% return, and I have 5 shares of that. and some of these I've done just this year. Um, MS, that's a 25%. Oh yeah, Home, HOME. I have 5 shares of that, and I got a return of 139.05%. So that's just a little peek into what I've been investing in, and I hope if you want to invest in them, that's fine. Those are just the ones that I have chosen over time to invest in. 1 share, 5 shares, and I'll go back now and just start buying more of those shares till I get to maybe 125, and go from there. And so that just be over time. So that number's probably gonna change. And so I'll pick like 5 of them, and I'll add 20 on each one till I get 100. And drop in the chat anything that you invest in, so others can be aware of that. Um, and I hope that this information helps you today and for the future. Again, starting a hedge fund, starting a private equity fund, getting a group of your friends together, and instead of one person buying a house, maybe a group of people buy a house, but you could do that in a fund, or you can do that in a 1031 exchange. But I heard Biden's not friendly with the 1031 exchange. I did have some topics on Biden that I did want to share, but it's 12:30 now, and now I want to. If I get into that, we'll be on here till like 1 o'clock. And I didn't want to keep you all on this that long today, but I do have a whole list of things when we're talking about, and I'll probably just do that. I'll probably just do that next week. Uh, Next week I'll probably do next week I what I'll probably do is I'll do the whole Biden thing, but I'm gonna do it from the perspective of what does it mean to start your own business, do government contracting, how to take your tech skills and become a contractor. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because when we start talking about these ETFs, well, not ETFs, when we start talking about these hedge funds and so forth, like, the one I just looked at, $100,000 to get in. Well, what if you could go in as a company with a couple of people to make that investment, right? So it's just little things like that. IETS and here, those are the ones that you're invested in. Gotcha. We'll look at them. D just said, let's give away a mug or a t-shirt. I don't know, let's let the fans choose. Which one would you prefer to be up on the giveaway, a t-shirt or a mug? What are your thoughts? So it's our 20th episode. I didn't even have any alcohol on here. Ain't that a shame? Yep, contractor versus consultant. Um, Contractor versus consultant can go two ways. Because you can be. Okay, I talked about this week, so I'm gonna bring it up again. So you could be a contractor in terms of you as the entity, as the company, um, partners with another company to be a contractor, right? And then you, as the company, hire people to do the work that you partner with somebody. So basically, you are making money uh, off of basically hiring people, or you could be the consultant, and this gets kind of tricky, right? Because you could be a consultant and go in and like a security consultant or a cloud consultant, and you go in on a cost. basis. In other words, I'm not going to work for you on an hourly basis. I'm going to work for you for this $50,000, and then we'll just subtract my time from that $50,000. So be on a project basis. But those rates for you as a consultant can go. I mean, I've seen them as low as $45. I ain't recommending you do that. That's absolutely insane. But I would do something like 150 minimum. And I've seen some quotes out there at 500 an hour, but that's usually like, and this is why I tell you get your tech skills up. And the other part of that is to gift the gab and understand how to maneuver conversations, right? But you can go in and say, say you did something like say you did something like 150 an hour, right? Let's do one night. Let's do 200 an hour. All right. So you do 200 an hour and you're doing 40 hours a week, right? So let's get a calculator out real quick, because I don't want you to uh, miss out on numbers. So 200, and you do at 40 hours a week. All right. So and multiply that by 4. So that's 32,000 a month, right? And say that contract is for 6 months, right? So that's 192,000 in 6 months. You take that 192,000 in those 6 months, and you have a business account, and you have your LLC set up, and you also have your CPA set up. Then once you do that, then you're gonna, you gotta include all everything on your. You would do everything on your business card. I'm guilty of not doing this sometimes, because I be trying to rush to get through it, but run everything on your business card in terms of like, hey, here's oh, I need to pay for my food. Swipe your business card. Oh, I need to pay, or you can get a gas card too if you want to pay for your gas. We'll also get something that's going to return you some money as well too when every time you make the swipe. All right. So, now you got all your records there. In terms of that, you made 192,000. You can claim your internet, your cell phone, your car. That's the other thing people don't tell you about. They're like, hey, don't ever lease a car. Well, yeah, lease a car. It's okay, right? I've leased a car. And let me tell you, when I lease the car, I can use that lease as part of as part of my business, and then two, also get money back on leasing. And I don't know if this ever you all ever done this. Every time you buy a car, you can uh every time you buy a car, you use that as part of your taxes. I don't know if y'all ever done that, but my accountant did it, and has been doing it, and it's legal. Um, the other piece is you can also use that as a tax write off as well too. So it's just FYI. Yep, right off the lease payments. But if you don't get with a tax, if you don't read tax laws, and if you don't get with a CPA, some of these things you wouldn't even know. All right, so now you make this 192,000, right? You take that 192,000, you're gonna have to pay some taxes on that 192,000. But now, you and your buddies, who also are contractors, could probably start some type of fund where now you all have this fund. Now you got to put. Now I'm not saying go out and start something with somebody that you don't trust, or you can't trust, or they're gonna be stealing. Y'all gonna be stealing from each other. Like, that's the trick, right? So you got to put protections in place for that, right? So, but you don't have to start with 100,000. You can start with 20,000, right? And now to get together collectively, you all can go buy, or you have leverage to purchase a home, or a home that you can use for Airbnb or something of that nature. Just thoughts, right? Just things to think about, how you can pull your money together and make that thing happen. All right. So contractor versus consultant. That's what that gets into. And how do you make your money, and what rates are you charging per hour? It's very important. All right. So on our giveaway, I guess we're gonna do a mug. And D, you can come back on screen. I'll stop sharing my screen. Um, and when we want to give away this mug, what do we want to do to give this away?
The
What's
people said, the people at RW, she said a T-shirt. That's the
oh,
only
a
one we got.
t-shirt.
So we're going with a T-shirt because she has a mug. So I am. I think you're pretty good at this. You go ahead and say something from the beginning of the show.
Okay. All
You
right.
know,
Cool.
to see if the people were listening.
Yeah.
I
So
like
yeah.
that one.
All right. So if you was somebody said a hoodie. So we would give away a hoodie, but I don't think we have any here. Well, I don't know about that.
No,
We
they
might.
have to come to the meetup for a hoodie.
Oh, well, she spoke. I don't know what's in inventory.
You know what? I think we should give away a hoodie at our upcoming happy hour for the new quarter of Women in Linux for our 5th year anniversary. We have a happy hour coming up.
I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna go one step further. Uh, we're gonna give a we're gonna give away a hoodie, and we're gonna give away a subscription to O'Reilly.
On the 20th episode.
Let's give away a subscription to O'Reilly today. Let's do
Oh
that.
my goodness! See what happens when I show up on the
Let's
show?
do that.
It's magical, magical.
Let's do that. Should it be O'Reilly? Hmm.
Should it? I mean, do what we got in the pot?
Should it be O'Reilly? Mm-hmm.
The thing about O'Reilly is you have to use it or you lose it.
Should it be O'Reilly? Should it be just screw it? Just give away $100.
I say O'Reilly is more than $100. I think
It is.
O'Reilly is more than $100. Like
It is.
$100, that's nothing. O'Reilly is the gift that's going to keep giving.
Hmm.
And in O'Reilly, I already know there is going to be a learning path in there.
That's right. Christmas in June. All right.
That's how
So
we do it. That's how
all
we
right.
do it. We're
So
givers.
for this giveaway, if you win, you have to inbox D. You won't you won't get it like as soon as we stop recording. You're not gonna get it in your inbox right then, but you'll get it between today and tomorrow. In terms of if she got to mail it to you, of course you know that's that. But if it's the O'Reilly one, I know I gotta run an errand, so I won't get it to you till later on this evening or tomorrow. Most more than likely be tomorrow. So I haven't forgot you. So let's do
So how
the.
many are we doing? Or what's the plan here?
I think we're gonna do both of them.
We're gonna do a T-shirt
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna do a Safari O'Reilly online giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And tell the people if they don't know, tell them what the Safari online is.
I'll have to tell them. I can show them.
Okay, well, give me your screen. I'm here for you.
All right, hold on. Let me get logged in. By the way. Uh, do, do, do. All right, yeah, I'm logged in. All right, so let me give you my screen. On Safari, you can select what screen you would like to get. You would like to share. I'm not sure what screen that is. Oh no, that's Slack. I'm gonna assume, yeah, that's the screen. Okay, so with O'Reilly, oh, I'm not even signed in. I'm signed in. I think that's it. That may not be it. I don't know. Yes, awesome. All right, so with O'Reilly, you get a chance to do these kind of things, right? They have what they call live events, and you see how they have them section out here between software, architect, infrastructure, programming, and so forth. These are live training events. They used to do it like little one-offs and stuff like that, but now they've broken them down into like a schedule. So you'll sign up for the live training event, and then in this one they'll be talking about building security into your development life cycle and so forth. They also have, if you want to get into AI, machine learning, or TensorFlow, Jupyter notebooks, it has sandboxes, or you can play with what they call scenarios. So you want to learn about Docker for ML, you want to data science, you want to learn Rust, you want to do a Rust challenge, and then if you come back up here, and you just let's go by sandboxes, and then from there you can kind of walk through about what you want to do or whatnot. So those
And
just
can you go through what the beginners can do in
yeah. So beginner,
O'Reilly?
well, I don't want to limit it to beginners, right?
I don't want. I want you to go through the gamut. Do a little. You did a little advance for
Hold
the people.
on, hold on, Sway.
Well,
Hold
I'm
on.
just, hey, use
Hold
a
on.
runaway train.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold your mule.
I can't.
Hold your
Self is
mule.
stable.
All
Self
right.
is stable.
All topics. Right. So if you hit up all topics, these are just topics. This is my account. So these are topics that I follow. So it automatically populate for me that. But you can go over here. If you want to know stuff about business, commerce, finance, the gig economy, sales and marketing, eBay, strategy, how to do negotiations. They just have books on multiple things, not just that one little thing. They also have. Let's go back to all topics. If you are career development focused, and you want to do personal development or what have you, they break it down like this. Now, this is what when O'Reilly started, it did not have this. You could just get come in here and select the book, and it will go on your bookshelf, and then you will come back and read your book online. O'Reilly has gotten way more advanced than what it used to be. All right. So then I have playlists that I have created, my for myself as well too. But um, so here's a set of playlists that I've created for myself on just different real estate, understanding gold, things I have in my queue, Linux security, VPN. So if you went in and looked at real estate, you can see information about building smart cities and so forth and so on. So that's one. If I want to do something under leadership, I have my stuff broken down like that. The other thing is you can set up your if you want to have a certification path, you can come here and select the vendors. So if you want to go from the Linux Foundation or Red Hat, and then go from there. If you want to come here and you want to know more about the ITIL, or if you want to know about VMware or Scrum or whatnot, you can do that. So if you want all the CompTIA stuff, here's all the CompTIA certifications and breakdown of that. And then the next thing you can also do, they also have these newsletters that they send out from AI, machine learning, operations, infrastructure, cryptocurrency, and so forth. All right. So, and then they also you get a chance to get early releases on like new books that are coming out. Right. So this one's coming out in 2022, and here's like an early release of what that book looks like. Um, Ansible up and running, concurrency when we're talking about uh, um, distributed systems, responsible AI console, just a whole list, right? It's 44,334 search results there, and this is like new books and stuff that are coming out. They also have what we call learning paths. So on a learning path, you can select like, hey, I want to do, I want to learn about clean coding. You can do R, CSA, D, whatever you're doing. I can hear you. when you're talking about fundamentals of product management or the learning path for Kubernetes, like the whole learning path, what that looks like, your CISSP is already set up. And also, don't forget, if you don't like O'Reilly, we also have a 30% off um, on IT Pro TV. D can post that link. So if you don't like this setup, you might like this setup. All right. So I don't know. What are y'all thinking about this O'Reilly situation? Yay, no, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. So for the giveaway, for if you were here at the beginning of the broadcast, then you should know this. What you should know is, and this is the first question. Uh, who is who is the founder of Renaissance Technologies? What is that guy name, and what school did he go to? If you was on the beginning of the podcast, you would know. Oh yeah. Let's see who's been paying attention. Mm-hmm. I like it. Remember, the guy from Renaissance Technologies. Uh, Renaissance Technology has been doing investment for the past 30 years, and they have a 66% return on their investment. 66% return. Renaissance Technologies. So nobody, huh? Mm-mm-mm. Peter Brown?
That's what Google is for.
No, not Peter Brown. Uh-uh. Going, I'm gonna give y'all.
I mean, this is. I need to hear the Jeopardy music.
I'm getting ready to do it just to.
I need you to cue it up because I mean, this is just what's going on right now.
All right. So,
Did you
somebody said,
see what wonderfulness that you just got? And I need the first name and the last name.
what school did he go to? That's the other little piece. Because I want you to remember him. Because you need to study. I want you to study how he created um, James Simmons. Let's look and see what O'Reilly has on James Simmons. I may have to filter that out. Yeah, I may have to filter that out because I'm getting all kind of pull there. Renaissance Technologies. Jim Simmons, UC Berkeley. All right. Yep, his name is Jim. Simmons is right. Whoever tells the best story wins. Oh, they just got Annette Simmons. I just wanted to see who if they pulled anything. But no, Renaissance Technologies, I pulled this up earlier. I'll pull it back up again so that you are aware of this guy. His net worth is 21 billion. Um, he is actually the
Are you sharing that?
no. I'm just reading it out. Calm down, Sway. He beat the stock market. He found a way to beat the stock market. He actually came up with doing quants, and so basically he's a mathematician. That's what it comes down to. That's why it's important, and that's why it spawned the whole crypto talk and so forth and so on. So, uh, Mr. Anderson. Um, Kevin, you got your T-shirt coming your way. No, did I say T-shirt at first, or did I say O'Reilly?
I think somebody got it before him, but I don't know if she can win 2 weeks in a row. But we didn't stipulate that either.
So what we'll do is, well, she said James. That's a technicality.
She said James A. Simmons, H. Simmons, and then gave the school right after. But they was both at the same time. It looks like with the timestamp. So what we doing?
We could just do both for O'Reilly. That's fine. We do both for O'Reilly. I don't know.
You don't sound excited.
No, I'm trying to see if they. I'm trying to see if they have O'Reilly already. So that may not be a good win. And then last but not least for the T-shirt. On T-shirt scale, see what kind of question. Oh, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if people have paid attention. What city is D from?
Is that mentioned? It's all about D.
What city is D from? Boom, boom, boom. And it's mentioned in videos. So, and it's been mentioned inside of our meetups as well too. No to Dallas.
You don't have family there.
Oh, yeah.
But that was close. My mom's from Dallas, actually.
No, D's not from Dallas. Any other takers?
D has lived in Atlanta, but D is not from Atlanta.
I'm from Atlanta. Atlanta lost the Super Bowl in Houston.
They just keep on going. Nope, I'm not from Texas. I am not from Michigan.
Oh yeah. Y'all give up yet?
I am not from St. Louis. I mean, you did give away to O'Reilly's. That was big. So if somebody misses out on this shirt, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know what to say to the people. I might need to come out more often.
Definitely. I see you commented. Thank you for commenting.
Nope, I am not from, what is Charlotte, in North Carolina? Not from North Carolina.
Y'all give up yet? San Francisco.
Cali girl.
San Fran. Y'all was all on the East Coast. Y'all was like, we all on the East Coast. And I get why you all on the East Coast. Because if you remember, last week I posted that 56% of the black people live in the Southeast.
So, and hey, now I went from the West Coast to the West Coast of Florida. So hey, I'm a West Coast girl.
Yep. Cali. San Fran. I tried to give away the T-shirt.
Hey, all right.
But we got to give away to O'Reilly's, and you learned something new today. You learned about Renaissance technology. You learned about hedge funds. You learned about how to create them. You have those links. I'll probably go over private equity next week. Setting up private equity funds. What does that look like? I was more curious about hedge funds because I just haven't seen us in that space, and we need to be in that space. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Those that are watching us or watching the playback, sorry you missed out. But again, that's why we're here. You just never know what's gonna happen. We'll probably give away a T-shirt next week. If you want to get in touch with us, again, hit us up in Slack. Also, leave comments below on the YouTube link if you got questions or whatnot. If you just want the links or what have you, And we appreciate you, and we appreciate you for sticking with us. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and you woke up today. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right. Yep. And we're gonna catch y'all next week. I gotta go now to buy me some new toys.
Spend some money.
I'm gonna spend some of these quants. Crack me up. All right. Catch y'all next week.